And Davis at the forward. Avery Bradley is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. For the teams that are clearly rebuilding, Greg, should they simply play the young guns no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
I think there should be a combination, and as long as guys are pros and really approaching the game the right way, you want to give them an opportunity to grow, and also it gives you a chance to evaluate.
Russell Westbrook plays through contact as well as any guard who gets downhill. Wow, that was nice.
And it's blocked by Jordan. And finished off by Davis.
You gotta love his hustle, leading the defense, no time to react.
The finish and transition, nice and easy.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by James. And it's good, 2 points.
Boy, just strength and finesse right there. LeBron uses both of those tools so well.
George looking over the floor. No good on that one. And the Lakers take it the other way. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Just an amazing game when they met them last time out. Talk about a photo finish. And now in the second half of his career, Russell Westbrook wants rings. He knows he's getting older and has no time to waste. It's why he plays with such passion.
Outside Bradley. Pass to Westbrook. The three from Davis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. And here's Bledsoe. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. From deep, George. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And Westbrook's high motor is why we love him. He goes out, Greg, and competes every play in every game.
No doubt, but I tell you what, he's tired of missing out on the NBA Finals. This is a guy that is hungry to get back to that stage. It'll be interesting to see if he can get it done.
Sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 5 now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
George against LeBron. Outside Jackson. And Davis sends it back.
The incredible width of Davis uses it to perfection to come up with the block.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. He doesn't hit that one. Clippers trail by 8. Outside for George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's LeBron. 23 points his last outing.
Now DeAndre Jordan is simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Here's Westbrook. Paul George making his last shot. LeBron can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, but because of Bledsoe's power, guys can't push this guy around. That time it results in an and one.
And we've got a lineup change for the Lakers. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Justice Winslow comes in for Marcus Morris. Mans checked in for George. And it's Kennard in for Jackson. Howard kicks to Rondo. Howard setting the pick for Rondo. Back to Howard. Anthony left side. Just 4 to shoot. And good that time.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find many players in the league that are as strong in the mid-range as Melo.
Winslow with it. Now Anthony defending. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. The Lakers in 5th.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
He hits both from the stripe. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first. Here's Horton Tucker. 8 points his last outing. He's looking for Howard and finds him. And with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Into the lane. The shot's good from Kennard.
How about that? Luke Kennard looking very comfortable on the interior. That's a tremendous finish.
Rondo passes to Horton Tucker. That three off the mark. The Clippers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Kennard finds Bledsoe. Howard with the steal. On the wing, Monk. From deep. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Bledsoe passes to Kennard. Now here is Ibaka. Down low. It's tipped. Rondo with the steal. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Here's Anthony. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Bledsoe. That one a little long.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Howard. Anthony with the screen on Bledsoe. Inside. Good, nice job down low. Anthony's got his second bucket.
You know, what you like about Melo cutting off the pick and roll is that he's patient with how he moves, just to make sure the path is there for him to get to the ball.
Here's Monk, and then Monk with the dunk.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers lead by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And we all know the great LeBron James can do it all, but he says he doesn't have to for his team to be successful.
There's no pressure for none of us to score. There's no pressure for any of us to do more than you have to. You know, for me,
Well, and the way this roster is composed with Anthony Davis and all these veterans around, everyone able to play their part.
And play their role. As LeBron gets older, he's going to choose his spots and look for ways to make his teammates better.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
And they've taken advantage of the turnovers they've caused, getting a lot of their offense straight off their defense.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Jackson is the point with Kennard on the wing. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's George in at the small forward position. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. They get it again. Davis. And the layup is good. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Jackson against Westbrook. George with the screen on James. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up. Westbrook pulls it in. Lakers leading by 6. Doris, you look at Marcus Morris, a very solid 3 and D type of forward.
That's exactly right, because think about it, Morris, early in his career, there was a reluctance to shoot the range shot. He was more mid-range guy, but credit him for putting in the work. Now Marcus is a deadly three-point shooter, and he brings a size and physicality on the defensive end. When I think of Ivica Zubac, I think about solid big man who is still young and developing. It's really a matter of him gaining confidence in this point.
The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And the Lakers making a change here. Jordan's checked in. The goal for Zubac is to be a starter in the league.
You know, this guy has started games in the past. He's also played well off the bench. And listen, he's not going to be a guy who shoots with range, but given everything else you need from a center, he can deliver. Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Jackson drives in, and the layup's good off the glass.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Davis with a screen on George. LeBron passes to Davis. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from George. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. The Lakers in the lead. To the inside. Paul George with the steal. Over James. George, no good.
Sweet move to get free, but just could not convert there in the end.
James kicks to Davis. And again, no good by the Lakers. And here are the Clippers now. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Scooped up. At the elbow, it's George. Over to the left wing. Zubac, a screen on Davis. A second chance effort. Rebound the Lakers. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Over Jackson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Now James, after the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson, and Davis can't get it to go. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first half. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. George, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
James with the bucket. You know a thing or two about being a floor general. It's no longer just a traditional guard role.
Not at all. Now there are point forwards, even point centers, and an offense doesn't have to run through the backcourt anymore. You look at guys like LeBron and Jokic, it's a different game.
Your Laker girl.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Winslow comes in for Marcus Morris. Mann's checked in for George. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Kennard. Here's Jackson. He had 16 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Jordan sets the pick for Rondo. Kicks to Monk. A 3-ball. Good on the 3-point shot. Monk's got 5 now.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Jackson. He's got 6. 52 seconds left in the first half. Ibaka outside.
And teams have nights like this when the shots that usually drop just won't go down. That's when you have to rely on your defense, and that's the only way to stay in the game.
Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Lakers foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
First free throw is good.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Now here's Jordan. The three from Davis. They get it back. A steal. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass. He's got 10.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Lakers on top, up 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Hey, folks, welcome. The Lakers wrap up the first half in what's been a closely contested game so far. And it pains me to say this, but I think we need some insight from Professor Diesel. Secrets to success in the second half?
You want the regular voice of the professor, Ernie?
I'll take whatever you got.
It's easy, Ernie. Whoever decides the EOEP has the extinct advantage.
Wait, the strategy. What is EOEP? What does that even stand for?
Well, I'm glad you asked me, pupil Kenneth. You know this. Execute on every possession. It's what I said to myself. EOEP. Execute on every possession.
Was it just me, or did I hear you say they have an extinct advantage?
What I said, I don't know.
Now, looking at that first half of play, Lakers find themselves in a battle.
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
And they have their big three all out there. Westbrook at the point with LeBron and Davis at the forward. Jordan is out there with Bradley. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And so here are the Clippers after the basket by the Lakers. Jackson kicks to George. He takes it in, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Davis.
And we all know what George brings offensively. But it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
And George drops them both. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
Well, those are the kinds of moves that distinguish LeBron from every other small forward that has ever played this game.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Jackson passes to Zubac. There's the pick. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Russell Westbrook. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Zubac. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. James looking around. Gets to the hoop. And LeBron throws it down hard.
LeBron James, ever the showman with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Nailed from three-point land.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. And here's Jackson after LeBron James hitting the three. Off the mark, only his second miss in 7 attempts. Davis, the pass to James. Davis setting the pick for James. Back to Davis, and finished off by Davis.
What a pass from LeBron James. This guy just has a sixth sense for finding the open man.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free T-shirt. Let's hear it, fans. Fans, your Laker girl.
Some changes here for the Lakers. Howard comes in for DeAndre Jordan, and Anthony subbed in for Davis. The Clippers also changing it up. Baca comes in for Ivica Zubac, and it's Luke Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. Now here is Ibaka, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The shot's good.
Well, Paul George won't be shy. You give him a driving lane, he will expose you defensively.
Here's Westbrook. Anthony with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Clippers trail by 9. Bledsoe taking his time here. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, this is why Mr. Morris is out there. The ability to drain the shot from long distance and spread the floor.
Now James, 13 points in the game. Anthony in the corner. He dishes it to Howard. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And the Lakers lead by 8.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
George against James. Shot left block. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Lakers. Bradley dishes to Howard. From downtown, LeBron can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 8. And Doris, we know that Paul George has always been a solid passer, but his assist numbers have been trending up.
Yeah, he's been willing of late to take on more playmaking responsibilities. The skill set was there. It's just early in his career, they needed him to be the lead scorer. Now you're talking about a guy you've got to game plan against as a scorer and as a passer.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
And what a superb performance behind the arc for them. They have been killing it from three-point range.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Horton Tucker's checked in for LeBron. And Monk's subbed in for Bradley. Lakers leading by 7. In the corner, it's Monk. To the middle, here's Anthony. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
A moment to check out Marcus Morris here. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
Going inside. Here's Ibaka, drops in the layup for 2.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Now here's Rondo. No points in the game yet for him. Anthony with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And it's slammed in by Howard.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
To the paint. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, just an easy move, all set up by the passing instincts of Eric Bledsoe.
And the Clippers making a change here. Winslow's checked in.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Now here's Rondo to the inside. Here's Anthony. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Mann. Now here's Kennard.
Lakers foul. Malik Monk.
It's his first trip to the line.
That's his first personal foul. The fourth.
And he knocks down the first one.
Obviously, Luke Kennard, a guy known for his shooting ability. The southpaw, capable of stretching the floor and doing major damage from downtown.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Mann. For the lead. Misses the 3. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Lakers lead by 2. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take a listen now to Coach Tyronn Lue.
Hey, we got to get more physical down the other end, man. We got to get some stops. If we don't get stops, it's going to be a long night for us.
GA focusing on the physicality of the game. He clearly wants more aggressiveness.
And understandable. Setting the tone on defense critical if you want to get this win.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Paul George. Winslow is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the 2 guard. LeBron passes to Westbrook. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got 5 assists in the game.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Now here's Jackson. The Lakers with the rebound. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. LeBron passes to Davis. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now it's a 7-point Laker lead.
It's amazing LeBron draws so much attention in pick-and-roll situations, but always looking to give it up to a teammate.
Here's Jackson. That one, no good. And it's the Lakers the other way.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. Really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
And the loudest section gets free T-shirts. Let's see who is the loudest. Fans, your Laker girls.
And the Lakers with some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Talen Horton-Tucker. And it's Avery Bradley in for Monk. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. We'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thank you, David.
Well, at 6'9", with good athleticism, dunking not a problem for Mr. Morris. Give him some space, and he makes you pay.
James, the pass to Jordan. That one goes. Count it.
Hey, you love seeing him set that far to screen. And boy, do they get a clean look off it.
Defensive foul. Paul George. That's his first personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Lakers.
Jordan, no good on the free throw.
Well, you know what DeAndre Jordan is going to bring to the table every night. Great effort, incredible presence on the backboards, a ton of length defensively. Love everything he does for you.
Jackson with it. Westbrook picks him up.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
It's tipped. Davis, the pass to Westbrook. Lakers passing it around from deep LeBron. That's good, so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Zubac. Here's Man. He's covered by Westbrook. Outside, George. Zubac, a screen on LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 18. The shot by George, no good.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Here's Jackson, and Westbrook pulls it down. Westbrook's got 5 rebounds tonight. A baseline J. Again, the Lakers.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Silky smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
Here is Davis. Paul George making his last shot. Davis setting the pick for Bradley. Back to Davis. Down low. Jordan kicks to James. Shoots over Zubac. Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. LeBron against George. Zubac, a screen on LeBron. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from George.
How good is Paul George at getting separation? He uses the screen perfectly and sticks it to the defense.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
All right, fans, get on your feet, make some noise.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, LeBron James.
He's really built up that assist total over the course of this game. And it's a great thing to have that kind of passing coming from a position other than the point. That ensures the ball will always be moving and nobody will be left out of the offense.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Clippers trail by 12.
2 minutes remain in this ball.
Here's George, and the rejection by James.
Well, just impressive defense by LeBron James. Such a good feel on that end of the floor. Track that shot all the way.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Outside Jackson. Outside for Bledsoe. Outside George. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
And James throws it down.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Lakers.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
Yeah, I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too late.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
Lakers ball. Clippers substitution.
And a deep three from James. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, LeBron. You got after it on defense. You look motivated.
You know, I heard it all from, is this the last that we've seen of LeBron and the fashion that he plays? And then defensively, he's not very good defensively. But you can't single me out. It will never be a possession where a coach or a teammate or a player on the opposing team will single me out defensively because I'm in tune with that side as well. So, we got a lot of guys that play the defensive side, and it's important for me to be on that side as well and take that challenge just as much as the offensive end.
Seems like you took some words to heart, man. Thanks. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.